It's so hard when this administration is talking about daang matuwid and fighting corruption. That's part of the reason confidence has been restored in the Philippines. Have you seen it reflected in that when you're talking about entire barangays now being bought?
Well, you have the aberrations, but there are some.
You're still optimistic.
We have to be.
Okay.
Somebody has to be, right?
Okay.
I mean, of course, it's alarming when entire barangays are being bought, and I don't even know how much for. But there are reports coming, and not just one report, several. Now it's no longer from tingi-tingi to family. Now it's whole barangays. I mean, what next? No? The whole town? What? What are we talking about?
What do you do when you get reports like that?
That's a hard thing. It's very difficult to get proof about vote buying. Of course, at the local level, we raise that to as many media practitioners as we can at the local level.
Yes.
And we try to bring that up, of course, to the local level Commission on Election offices.
Correct.
But it's very difficult to get proof for vote buying. That's the hard part.
And what if that's black ops from either candidate, right? What if that information, how do you verify that?
That's very hard.
Right.
I'll be honest. No,
Yes.
that's very hard. We know it's happening.
Yes.
We know money is exchanged. Sometimes we even get physical proof of the money that gets exchanged. But to be able to attribute it directly to a person, that becomes very
Yes.
tough.
What we've also seen, and this is from looking at it in 2010, is that the candidates themselves conduct black operations against each other, and sifting through that and getting to a report about corruption doesn't necessarily have to be about corruption, even though I think we all know it happens.
That's why I was saying you have to be very choosy about the candidates that you vote for. I mean, if that's the case, then it's very Machiavellian, right? Win at all costs. Is that the kind of candidate you want leading your country? So in the end, it's examination of conscience and use of hopefully value-driven selection.
How far do you think the Filipino voter will evolve in these coming elections? We're in a period of transition. I think you're right. You talked
Yes.
about the youth. The youth can drive it. So what will you see? Do you expect to see transformation at all in these?
Happily, we see it, especially with the young. The young are so active now. 56% of them are young, under 30, in this particular election. Many are first-time voters. And it's very encouraging because they call us. They call our centers and say, they're not asking for just PCOS training. They want values training. And they ask
Great.
about the platforms. They're asking questions that were never asked before. They're asking questions about platforms. They ask questions about past experience. They're not your typical voter who will go in there and maybe decide the last minute. They really spend time assessing. And that's wonderful moving forward. I hope everybody takes this attitude.
Fantastic. Okay, going forward now, what can someone do who wants to help the change?
You can volunteer. Please volunteer. You can log into our website. It's ppcrv.org, or you can actually go to your parish centers. There are coordinators there, and volunteer there. You can be a poll watcher, and then if you want to join, we're having the unofficial parallel count also. If they want to do manual encoding, they can do that also. So many ways to help. To be a very involved citizen for this election. Volunteer, please, and you can be a poll watcher, as I said. If not a poll watcher, we'll find ways for you to be involved that fit your particular profile.
And the last question is, you're talking about voters examining their own conscience and choosing.
They should.
Pili
para sa Pilipinas. Yes.
Pili para sa Pilipinas. That's great.
It's in the word, right? It's in
Yes.
our country's name. So think about your country when you're choosing. Pag pumipili, isipin nyo naman ang Pilipinas, di ba?
So how can voters vote smart?
Study the platforms. Especially now, I think it's very, very critical. You will see so many familiar names, but does name familiarity mean immediately that they will perform as well as the uncle, the father, the relative, the in-law, the tito, the tita, the sister, the brother?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. So know the candidate. And now there's no excuse not to know it because it's all throughout social media, like Rappler.
Yes.
You can easily drop all their biodata. You can get it there. You just have to be a little bit involved. It doesn't take long. Put a name, Google a name, go to Rappler, go to wherever, and it's so easy to find out. Don't just go by name recall or good looks or what they can do for me. Find out what they can do for you.
Fantastic. Anna De Villa Singson, thank you so
Thank
much
you, Maria.
for joining us on Talk Thursday. Anna has her own blog, so check, Google at PPCRV, volunteer if you have time in the May elections. May 2013, now is a midterm elections. You've got 18,000 posts up for grabs. Where a nation is in transition, make a choice and do something. I'm Maria Ressa. Thank you for joining us on Talk Thursday.